Now we're rolling.
But yeah, I felt like this. I'm wearing the I am the table shirt.
I am the table.
But I didn't bring nothing to the table because I'm the table. Every time I put it on, it feels like cardboard. As Kanye West once
Like
said.
the whole shirt,
The
or
whole
just the
shirt
print
feels,
part.
No, the whole shirt feels like cardboard, which is ironic because it feels like a table, like the material.
Maybe
is
it's
a
on
table, like
purpose.
like that plywood board.
Maybe
that
they
when
did
you
that
break
on
it.
purpose.
'Cause I've gone through tables before. Maybe not the tables you'd see normally, but I've gone through.
Would you classify yourself as the table?
No, I wouldn't class. I mean, there's been times where I've had a time where I could say, "I am the table."
Yeah. I kind of wish that was a thing back when we were wrestling.
Yeah,
So that way, when we didn't break it, we would all yell, "I am the table."
I am the table. We could have. I wish we could have just went back and made it a thing. So by the time it became a thing, we're like, yeah, we made that.
Yeah, we made that.
Yeah.
It's a disappointment.
There was plenty of times with I want to say it's the ladder match, was the DX TLC match where it was DX versus DX.
Yes.
Because we used other teams' names.
Yep.
And there were plenty of times where I remember I fell on something and it did not break at all.
Yeah. It happened numerous times.
There was one spot where I jumped at Brandon. He Samoa Joe'd me essentially.
Yeah, he did.
And I landed right on my neck. Not that did like any kind of like crazy damage to my neck.
That we know of.
Yeah. I mean, it cracks. it makes sounds now, but
he's like, that's when you're like, it didn't do any major damage. I mean, it can't turn to the right, but
yeah. Well, I mean, I was so sore that day, but it was very much a thing of like, it wasn't like it's whatever now. I'm not like, oh, Brandon fucked up my neck. I know I went into Vince McMahon there.
Yeah.
Brandon fucked up my neck. It was good shit. But just the concept of like, I remember that was one of the spots where I remember jumping and going, oh my God, that hurt.
Yeah.
Because I did a front flip at him and then he just didn't even catch me. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
I remember just fell. And it's not even like my neck, more like
maybe he thought you had said to move.
Like I landed on my shoulder blades. I didn't land like right on my neck. But
yeah.
Could you ever think of like times where you like got really hurt? In that, like, we're not even like not like crazy hurt, like you had to go to the hospital. Of course, we never had that. Nothing that bad.
Did I ever get hurt? Yeah,
but like no,
there was
like,
definitely a time where someone said, "Don't hit him with the chair," and you disregarded said statement and hit me with the chair anyway.
Are you talking about me?
Yeah, it was you.
Okay.
Because it was you and Dalton.
No, I know what you're talking about.
You weren't getting there fast enough.
I got that.
So then Dalton was like, forget it, and he hit me, but you were running at me, and so I turned around and got smacked right in the face.
I tried to speed it up and try to get there. I meant like a part where you were like, you went in going, oh, this is going to hurt. Not like, like there's a times where like I have jumped into a ladder. Like we were doing a fatal 4-way, and I think I remember jumping into a ladder that was on the side of the wall and hurting my nuts so bad.
You mean like going into the match? I was like, this is gonna hurt.
No, like going before it happened. Like for example, like when I did the attitude adjustment through the bin on you.
I don't.
Like right before you're about to do it, you're like, oh God, this is gonna hurt. Like and like still remember that you could still remember that moment when you were like, oh fuck, this is gonna hurt real bad. You know what I mean?
I don't know that I ever had any of those.
You didn't have any of those?
I don't think so.
Flipping
I definitely had moments where I was like, where like beforehand I was like, I'm gonna do whatever this was, and then in the moment I was like, nope, not doing it.
Okay.
There was
lighting someone on fire.
There was some ladder match that we had where I wanted to do the flip over powerbomb spot.
Mm-hmm.
But we weren't gonna like fluid right into it. We were gonna like have me. I was gonna go over, land on my feet, and then do the powerbomb. And I got up there and was like, "Nope, I'm not doing this."
Too high up.
Yeah. I think it was too high up and too risky. Like I was like my nerves just shot me down like completely. I was like, "Nope, this is not like one of those moments where it was like your mind is like, this is not a good idea. Do not do it." Yeah. And I listened to my mind. So then I think I like kicked the person off and then did like an elbow drop. So I've had moments like that. I don't think I can recall any specific instances where right before it I was like, this is gonna hurt.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't think.
Like I think about like, not that it revolved around the situation, but I remember my shins being a thing where I always will remember because those were fucked up.
Yeah, but No,
it wasn't.
I agree, but
like
it wasn't.
what I'm saying. No.
Correct. Yes, it
No,
wasn't
no.
a situation where you were like in the middle of doing whatever it was, and you were like, "This is gonna hurt."
It was completely like
it was an accident.
Yeah, it was completely like the and it was such a minimal damage kind of accident too. Like it could have been a way worse thing.
Oh yeah.
And
You could have easily like completely fucked one of your knees.
Oh yeah. And now I just have 2 scars on both my shins. So
Battle scars.
Yep. So hey.
Oh.
Let's go.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a podcast all about wrestling. In this corner, an author and a black belt, Kibbles.
Kibbles? What kind of name is that?
Pookie the Wolf is the best.
I forgot my copies. And in this corner, Pookie the Wolf.
Pookie the Wolf is one of the best.
Welcome to the Kibbles and Pookies Squared Circle.
So we'll start off the podcast by officially welcoming back Vince McMahon.
Do we? Do we need to? And here he is.
Here he is. Add in the applause sound effect.
And then say something that was probably very much regretted by him. That's gonna be fun for me.
Okay. How about
Come on out, you rapist!
Oh, I'm gonna find something.
I've got an insatiable appetite for life, and I want more.
We're gonna make it seem like he's talking to us right now.
So Vince is back.
I think I'm going to go to the nearest nudie bar and have a drink.
Dude, that TikTok is so good.
That one.
Vince
yeah.
TikTok.
The only thing I have an issue with, just because I'm huge into voice acting, is it sounds nothing like him. But I'm like, I get what they're trying to do. Like Triple H, the Triple H voice sounds a little bit more like Triple H than Vince.
Yeah.
But for the most part, Vince doesn't really sound like Vince. It just sounds like some like really deep voice dude.
I completely disregard
no,
that,
it's
and
the
I go right for the
concept,
content. The content's
No,
fucking
yeah.
hilarious. He was like, things I didn't like about Monday Night Raw. Why the fuck was there so much goddamn wrestling?
I don't think I watched that one.
Yeah, because apparently Vince wasn't at Raw this past week. Triple H was in charge, and a lot of people online like noted about how there was more wrestling, and they felt like it was a better show than last week. And so the Triple H TikTok thing came out, and it was like he listed like 3 things he didn't like about this past Monday Night's Raw, and the first one was there was too much wrestling.
There's too much wrestling. Well, there was
too
much
much
wrestling. Did I watch Monday Night Raw?
I heard the one after WrestleMania there was like an hour. It was like an hour before there was a match. I heard. I don't know for a fact.
I'm trying to think if I did watch it. Did I watch Raw this week?
If you did, you could tell me what happened, because I feel like nothing noteworthy came out of Raw this week.
I got so mad about Trish betraying Becky. I'm like,
That's it. That was the one thing.
This was so that was such a like a I saw it coming. I'm like, come on, this is so boring.
I heard they want that match for SummerSlam.
SummerSlam.
That's what I heard. I don't know
When
if that's
is
what's going to
that?
happen. August?
August. That's like 3 months away.
I know, right?
What are you gonna do till then? Because they're not good at building up stuff. AEW is way better at doing like, let's try to do a little by little. Granted, they have less pay-per-views, but still.
Yeah. I mean, they both have their ups and downs, right? Like I think
Absolutely.
WWE rushes things. I think AEW a number of times has let things like drag way too long. And AEW does this weird thing where you'll think it's done, but it's not done, and they won't do anything with it for weeks, and then all of a sudden they do it again.
Nope. Like,
Case in point, Keith Lee.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say case in point, Wardlow, because I was like,
And
right,
Wardlow.
Wardlow's back again
Yeah.
to fight for the title.
There's Wardlow, the Keith Lee Strickland thing.
Yeah, that was
Like
weird
all
too.
of a sudden he just helped Chris Jericho win, and I was like, oh, I guess we're still doing this. I
The
thought we were
only-
done with this.
The only thing I could find relevant to this would be an Adam Cole, Keith Lee versus Chris Jericho and Swerve Strickland.
Maybe.
I would love to see that.
I mean, maybe I could see that being something with the lead up because the pay per view isn't until the end of May, so they got to fill like 7 more weeks,
Is
6 or
that
7
Double
more
or
weeks.
Nothing?
Yeah, they got to fill like 6 or 7 more weeks of shows, so
Yeah.
they could do a tag match there. I think that would make sense.
What do you think about Keith Lee and his hair? A lot of people are saying the fact that like his gray hair
It doesn't
or whatever.
bother me.
I think it's cool.
Yeah, I think it makes
It's
him
still
stand out.
Keith Lee. I mean,
I think it makes him stand out.
I'm gonna be honest. On Wednesday, I slept and then caught the last 5 minutes of that match.
It was.
I got caught up on it.
I felt. I'll be honest. I felt like Wednesday was kind of weak.
Yeah, it felt a little weak. Felt a little weak. We
Like-
did get Sting though, so that's
Yeah.
good.
The show wasn't bad. I just
The show wasn't bad. It
felt
was just
bored.
weak.
Yeah. Like I felt bored partway through it. I guess my problem was that they did Keith Lee and Jericho in the main event, and the match doesn't really have any build. Like I don't know. It felt like the last couple of weeks, the main events were like these like bigger matches that at least had some like build or something towards it, and then this one just felt like whatever. Here's this main event match.
Do you think there's so much? I'm sorry.
It
There's
was the same thing. It was like the same thing with Adam Cole. Like he had the main event spot because it was his return
back.
match, and they obviously wanted him and Britt Baker to be standing in the ring as they go to the first episode of
the All Access.
the All Access. But like ultimately, that match shouldn't have been in the main event. It wasn't that good. It had no build up. It was like
it was more exciting for people who wanted to see Adam Cole again.
right. Well, yeah.
Gives them a reason not to leave.
Yeah, like
Oh,
so
okay, cool.
like I feel like the show would have ended on
Better note.
I feel like the show would have ended on a better note if they had instead ended with the Mox the BBC versus now this I'll also say this goes against everything that AEW is about because they always like try to have these like bigger main events or whatever, like actual main event matches.
Mm-hmm.
I still think the show would have ended on a better note if they had done the Mox Castagnoli squash match as the main event and ended the show with them beating down on them and then the Elite doing the run-in
Mm-hmm.
and like chasing them off and trying to stab them with the like I think the show would have ended on like a higher like a bigger
but-
bang, like more I figured it out. It would have made me more interested in tuning in for next week than
Okay.
Adam Cole staring over his shoulder at Jericho the
Yeah,
same
that's-
way that
That's really weird too. That whole concept's really weird because it's like
well, so it's interesting because I like that they're taking a different story approach, right? Like I can understand Jericho's like annoyance as being a heel at like the celebration went on too long. This is ridiculous. My guy's laying in the ring there. And so he like looks back at him. And so then like Jericho's all talking about in his promos about like Adam Cole like trying to steal the spotlight and stuff. So then as soon as Jericho wins, Adam Cole music's hits. And he like steals the spotlight from Jericho again.
yeah.
Um,
No, I just
So I
mean,
get it.
I just mean the act of being there and doing like this.
Darren's showing the over the shoulder
Like,
look.
just kinda like, I can see you.
He's looking.
I can see you, but I can't. I could just turn around and see you fully, but it's like
Right.
to implicate. It's like you're really trying hard to sell this, and I think it's too obvious.
Yeah, I mean it might. Yes.
Like, what would be better is if they
So-
just stared at each other, like never broke eye contact while he backed up the ramp.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm interested to see if Jericho has a good promo to kind of explain it, or maybe even Adam Cole, like, because I could see Jericho being like, "You came out to the ring, you stole my thunder after I won, and then you looked over your shoulder and you just kept walking." Like making it the fact that you didn't turn around and look at me
Yeah,
is disrespectful.
that could be the reason. Yeah, but it's very much an anime kind of like.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
He's like looking over his
Absolutely.
shoulder. I'm not gonna look behind me. I
Yeah.
can just see him out of the corner of my eye.
It is. It's weird. it's weird and I like it at the same time because it's something different.
Doing the Dragon Ball Z thing. So.
Dragon Ball Z thing.
Yeah.
Dragon Ball Z thing.
Yeah. So there's a lot that happened.
There's a lot that happened.
Yeah, that's what I just said. There's a lot that happened since the last time we recorded.
So much happened.
So much happened.
No, that's what I said.
No. Okay. Well, you go.
Something,
you go.
something, Cody Rhodes. So I know what I wanted to bring up with that.
I
It has
refereed
nothing to do with Cody Rhodes.
I refereed the second show, and I got kicked by Cody Rhodes.
I was I don't know who did it, but somebody made a top 10 video of songs that get fans hyped because they sing along with the song.
And he was number 10.
Cody was 7, I think.
Oh, wow.
I can't remember. Can't remember exactly what number he was. Number 1, Kurt Angle.
Yeah.
By chanting "You
yeah.
Suck."
You
And
suck.
and I'll be honest, I had a hard time. I keep banging the table. I'm sorry.
That's
I
fine.
have a hard. I had a hard time with like, does that count? Because they're singing
Are you
along with
singing the
like fake
song?
words, but like they're not singing.
Someone else
the
made
song.
those up. That's not.
So like I legitimately was like, does that count?
Can you do it again with a high pitch?
Does that count?
Does that count?
Does that count?
Does that count?
Because I mean, like, so overall, I'll take it. I'll agree with it.
By the way, this week's episode's title is. Do it again.
Does it count?
Does it count though?
I'll be honest. You pointed at me, and I legit was like, I forgot what I said. I think I killed him. He took his headphones off. He's dying.
It wasn't even 5 minutes ago. It wasn't even 5 minutes ago. You already forgot what you said.
Yeah. You gotta keep up with this brain, man. Good luck trying to keep up with this brain, man.
Oh my god, I'm sorry.
He's dying. He's legit dying over here.
Because I
He's
wasn't
coughing.
expecting that, and it's just such a low period of time when you forgot. You're like, Jesus Christ, you already forgot. It wasn't even that long ago.
I know. That's what
It wasn't like a week ago. It was literally you just said it.
it's what video games and smartphones do to you.
Anyway.
TikTok and
You on TikTok?
TikTok ruined my attention span.
I don't use TikTok. The only time I...
TikTok, you don't stop.
the only time I use it... Sorry, I'm dying.
He is. He's got to take a step back and
The only time
breathe.
The only time I use TikTok is when I am... when I get sent something like wrestling or my
Yeah.
family sends me something.
Yeah.
I don't use it though.
Who else was on the list? Cody Rhodes was on the list. Shinsuke Nakamura was on the list.
What do they do with that?
They like hum it. They go
Is this just WWE?
I think so. I
So-
mean, thinking about it, I don't think anybody sings any of the songs. Oh no, it wasn't because Cult of Personality was one of them. It was
Mhm.
AEW Cult of Personality, so it definitely was not just WWE. Something that annoyed me about the list, they were like, let's do 3 honorable mentions, and fucking Robert Roode was one of the honorable mentions. I was like, how the fuck is he not one of the top 10? Fucking everybody be singing that glorious song when it came out.
I don't know what it is.
Have you never heard the song?
No.
Oh, dude. So when he got signed to WWE, he went to NXT.
Is it Bobby Roode?
Bobby Roode.
Okay.
And he had...
Because he used to be in TNA, right?
Right.
I remember that.
So he went to WWE, he went to NXT, and that was like... He was in NXT when like Shinsuke Nakamura, all those guys were there.
Mhm.
And so he came out with this song that has like a choir singing, and it's like, glorious. No, I won't give in till I'm victorious. And so everybody would fucking sing this song when he would come out. And it was the reason why when they brought him up to the main, when they first brought him up to the main roster, he came up the SmackDown after WrestleMania, so he was like a big SmackDown debut.
Okay.
And everybody was singing the song, so they Vince almost immediately decided, fuck this heel gimmick, he's going to be a face, and it really didn't work, because he is a fucking heel. But yeah, I'll have to play it for you.
Okay.
As soon as you hear it, you're going to be like, oh yeah, everybody be singing that song. Somehow he was only an honorable mention.
It's a good thing you mentioned that.
Fuck you.
That. Oh God, what did
Not
I do?
you, the person who made the video.
The fact that and this is this is a thought I just had, and this is just random. I'm gonna put this out. Even if someone like Seth Rollins goes to AEW, they're still gonna do the fucking like, even if it's not even his song, they're still gonna do it. Like when they do like the Bask in His Glory shit or the Scissor Me Daddy thing.
Yeah,
They're still gonna fucking do it. And I was like, that would just be cool to just see him still get it. Like, cause even if it wasn't his song anymore, he could still just be like doing the whole maestro thing. And
yeah. He was one of the top 10 as well.
I figured he would be, because that's a big one.
All right, here you go.
You can play it right now. Oh, okay.
We're playing the song "Glorious."
Can they hear that?
Can they hear it?
Yeah.
I don't know.
So they just sing that part, or
It keeps happening. So ready? It does this real quick guitar solo, and then
play the whole thing? Is it just that? Is it just that over and over again? So wait, was he a heel? How is he a heel with this? It just seems very face.
it's so his heel thing was he's glorious. He's better than you. He's basically.
Okay.
And it would it'd be very heelish. He'd come out with a robe and the lights, and it was presented in a very heel way.
Do you think that it was very dangerous there for a couple of months? Because I'm sorry, I'm completely pivoting.
That's okay. We can pivot.
Vince McMahon being back, do you think?
Yeah, pal.
What?
Yeah, pal.
Yeah, pal.
Yeah.
Did you hear they got a Vince McMahon personally sent an email to everybody saying that Triple H is in charge of creative?
No.
I got that today. I don't know where it's from, but I just saw it and I was like, "Huh, interesting." But do you think it's perfect that almost because of the fact that Triple H was in charge for the longest time, it almost felt like it made sense, to everybody to not make it seem like CM Punk was the way. Like, for example, I know this is confusing what I'm saying. We could have did without CM Punk if Triple H was still in, if Triple H was just doing it by himself. I feel like no matter how many times, and even what Culture Wrestling has said it, and I believe this too, no matter how many times you tell us that Vince isn't involved with creative, it's bullshit. So the fact that they have that going on, I feel like this is a perfect time to bring back CM Punk, because it's like, oh, they might be shit again. And I know that he'd been in talks to come back in June. They've been talking about him coming back very soon, and then how he wants to work with the Elite, which was rumored that he wants to work with the Elite, but they said for sure that he wants to come back in June, but it was rumored that he wants to work with the Elite, which I think is perfect. How perfect would it be to just work with?
I've heard that he is open to working with the Elite. I've also heard from the same people that say that that's what they heard about Punk. Also say that they heard that the Elite do not want to work with Punk.
Which is a shame.
How true or not true is that? I don't know. But I've heard that Punk is open to working with them, they are not open to working with Punk. And so,
Which is weird.
I don't know.
That would be weird.
Yeah, I mean, again, it could all just be, false, rumor.
Yeah, I mean,
spreading.
you never really know. Not everyone's Malachi Black. So
Yeah, and like, there's also like the weird part of it where like it could just be like joxing for position. Like a rumor goes around that you wouldn't want to do that, so then it kind of gets back to them. So then maybe you feel like you have a better bargaining chip when you go to the table to discuss it, because the people are coming into the other parties are coming into the conversation thinking that you don't want to work, so they're gonna like maybe be a little bit more accommodating to whatever your ideas are.
yeah, but I find it hard to believe just in the fact that, again, this is all rumors, but in the fact that you'd think that the group of guys who their first night back from that situation referenced the situation very, very heavily in their match. You'd think they'd want to start that controversy to actually work with him going forward. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the fact that they would be I find it weird, and that's why I think it could be rumors, because I find it weird that someone who would reference this situation so heavily their first night back and kind of like make people remember, like, hey, we had this fight break out and we're making reference to it over and over again. I feel like that's weird that they wouldn't want to be involved with trying to actually work with him about it, because that would be even more controversy with working with him, because of the fact that people's implication of, oh my God, they're doing CM Punk are going to work with the Elite and blah blah blah, and
Yeah.
it's just weird to me. I don't. It's too strange of them. Like if that were the case, they are very weird people, or very flip floppy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I could also. I will also say that there's like a very real possibility that that they go to the table and they have discussions and they can't come to an agreement on how the story goes or how the story ends. And so we don't ever really get it because
they can't agree.
And Tony Khan doesn't want to. I mean, ultimately, right? Tony Khan could step in and say, "This is how it's going to be," and you kind of got to get in line.
Yeah.
But I don't know that he would do that in this delicate of a particular situation.
But I feel like, even you say that now, but I feel like that's not really delicate anymore. Like, I feel like the situation has. I mean, Punk has already started shit with someone else at this point.
Right. Well, yeah. Delicate's not. By delicate, I mean like this kind of.
It could be another fight.
Or
no. Legality stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean,
because they're not.
I guess I mean more along when I say delicate, I mean more along the lines of like just how personal this whole thing is and how like crazy it all is. Like, I don't mean delicate as in like we got tiptoe around things. I mean delicate in the sense that like shit has already hit the fan and we don't want it to happen again.
Well, that's the thing too, where
know.
like I was saying with like the concept of the.
I mean, I would also say that you. Like, as Tony Khan, maybe his lawyers, maybe the AEW lawyers and HR are like, you should not let these guys work together right off the bat. Like, maybe they need to come back. Maybe Punk needs to come back. They need to work kind of separately for a little bit, and make sure nothing blows up. And then, because like we've already escalated to like a fist fight and all that other kind of stuff. And I feel like if I were in not the Elite, not Punk, not Tony Khan, but if I was in HR shoes, if I was in AEW talent HR shoes, I would have legitimate concerns about, hey, this thing happened. We're going to bring this guy back. And they all agreed on how this story is going to go. But what are the odds that one of these guys is going to like hit the other one in the match, and they're gonna, and not saying that they did, but the one who gets hit is gonna think, you hit me a little too hard, like, why are you being an asshole? And then hits him a little hard back, and then you kind of like, then the problem becomes you've now divulged to like a fight that is happening in front of everybody.
So from that too, do you do Kenny Omega versus CM Punk, or do you do the Elite versus CMFTR?
I think you do both. I mean, if you're gonna work them all together, then you might as well
Because I feel like
do it all.
really a buffer is the two of Dax and Cash. I feel like they're a very good buffer for the two of them.
Yeah, I mean, I would start with the 6-man. Like I would probably go for the 6-man on one pay-per-view and then the one-on-one match on a follow-up pay-per-view.
Mm-hmm.
You could even have a 6-man rematch in the weeks leading up to the second pay-per-view. But yeah, I mean, I would do both. I would look to, because you could easily get 2-3 pay-per-views out of it. You could probably get either 2 6-man tags or a 6-man tag and then 2 one-on-ones.
I don't see
with
them,
Punk and Omega.
Yeah, I don't.
I
see them
mean, like
doing
you could get,
anything-
yeah. I mean, you could get you could get almost a whole year's worth out of it. So I would work FTR into it because you could get a lot of extra out of that.
Absolutely.
Hell, you could. I mean, you could go crazy, and I'm not 100% sure how you would book it to get to this, but I mean, you could do a pay-per-view with the 6-man tag, then you could follow it up with a pay-per-view of 2-on-1s, where Punk takes on both Young Bucks and Omega takes on both FTR, and then you get
Interesting.
and then you get a third pay-per-view of the one-on-one match, and then and if you wanted to, at that third pay-per-view, you could get FTR versus Young Bucks. So you kind of get like 2 really big matches at a, so and then that's 3 out of 5 pay-per-view. I mean, if you count Forbidden Door, it's 3 out of 5 pay-per-views for the year. I mean, you get almost a whole year out of the rivalry. So I would push towards that. Again, pure speculation. But there's a lot of things that need to happen, right? Both sides need to agree on it. Both sides need to agree on how it's going to be done. Tony Khan has to agree with how it's going to be done.
I don't see anything else but Punk being booed as a heel. Like
Absolutely. I agree. I think he gets booed everywhere except Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
And
there'll be people cheering him, but I feel like they're going to play him as a heel,
which is fine,
and have
which
the
is great. Make him.
No,
make
yeah,
him
no,
a
I'm
heel.
fine. I'm just saying, like, I don't think the only way you can play it that way, because you're not going to be able to see him with all the shit that he's done so far and play him off as if he can be the good guy here.
Yeah, no, I agree. And
Which, I mean, that's what
yeah,
he's
and
good
then
at, doing a bad guy.
and then obviously, and then talent relations and HR has to agree with it. Because at this point, they have to have some say in if those guys are going to work together. I mean, what I should say is they will give their advice. Tony Khan can choose to take it or not, but if I was a part of the company, I would be, and I was HR, I'd be like, you need to keep these guys away from each other. And that doesn't mean that Punk can't come back, work like 2 or 3 months, and then we go into the thing. In fact, I would have Punk come back and not fucking be on the show. I'd have him be backstage for 3-4 weeks before even putting him on the show.
Doing what?
He could be giving other wrestlers advice. He could just be backstage. Like you need to be sure that Punk's presence backstage is not going to cause this huge uproar and another fist fight.
I feel like it would, though, because if you're not, I don't know. I think that
I'm just trying to come from the
but
legal
this is what I'm saying.
perspective of it.
No, and I mean from a aspect of someone else seeing CM Punk or him giving advice to someone, and after all that stuff, I would want him in the ring before I had him giving people advice, because I feel like people would have some kind of feelings about him being back.
Well, I mean, maybe.
Like you said,
I would say, I mean, maybe if he's not giving advice, but I think he should be. I think they should have him in the building, like 2 or 3 weeks before he's going to come back.
But legally
Because
wise,
I
like
think,
you said, that's
Because
smart.
I think a lot of people are going to have opinions, not just the elite.
Yeah.
Some people are going to be happy about it. Some people are not, and you need to make sure that there's not going to be an uproar, because the alternative is that if he comes back and there's an uproar the very first week, well, he's already showed up on TV, and now what do you do?
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean stuff like, CM was it Chris Jericho has been vocal about how he feels, and Moxley's been vocal about how he feels. Moxley just doesn't want to deal with the bullshit. I haven't seen anything from Jericho, but I'm sure.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything from Jericho.
Supposedly Jericho lets it all out, and he shares how he feels. So.
Yeah, I didn't see the Jericho stuff. Moxley responded pretty much exactly how I would think Moxley would respond.
Stop with all the drama. I'm tired of it.
Like, he doesn't even want to talk about it.
Yeah, which is good.
Yeah,
it's good. So what else do we have? I mean, this could be a fuck around night.
Yeah, fuck around, baby.
Because I'm just.
That's the name of this week's episode. This week will be a fuck around.
I thought it was. Does it count?
Does it count? Does it count?
Does it count?
Does it count?
Does that count though?
Does it though?
I mean, we could call these fuck around episodes, but when we catch up on all the stuff that's going on.
Roman Reigns. When does he lose the title? Because we haven't talked since Mania.
Listen, you're not gonna like my answer.
Never?
No, it's I don't give a fuck.
Oh, okay.
At this point, if Cody Rhodes didn't win, I'm like, what the fuck are they doing then?
Well, so that was my thing, and a lot of people were being like, Cody came back, was kind of handed everything, and like he won and this and that, and they were like, maybe it's SummerSlam, like he's got to lose and then kind of like build himself back up, like maybe, and people are saying like maybe SummerSlam, and I'm kind of like, and I'm just wondering if they missed the boat on the Cody thing, like people are going to care less, with the rematch than they are going to care about the first match. Now, I don't know. Maybe they do a really good job with building him up and whatever. I'm also afraid he's going to lose to Brock Lesnar, and then I don't know where that leaves us.
Excuse me.
Yeah, I'm kind of worried that that's it. It doesn't look like he's going to have a match for the Puerto Rico pay-per-view.
Backlash. Puerto Rico pay-per-view. You mean Backlash?
Well, so that was the interesting thing, is I was having a conversation with Tony, and I was kind of saying like, okay, Tony had said like he could see Reigns losing at like Money in the Bank. Like, what if whoever wins Money in the Bank cashes in on Reigns, like after a match and wins it at Money in the Bank? And my response was, so then I had said that we had talked and we didn't think that he was going to lose it overseas. We thought he was going to lose it on American soil. And I was like, so he won't lose it at Money in the Bank if that's the case, because the next 3 pay-per-views are all overseas. Backlash is in Puerto Rico. Night of Champions is in Saudi Arabia. And then Money in the Bank is in London.
Yep, cheerio.
So there's no pay-per-views in US until SummerSlam.
I gotta win it on American soil. I think the prestige of what Roman Reigns has now, I don't think you can have him get beaten unless it's WrestleMania, to be honest. He's been having it for so long. I feel like you can't do it at a normal pay-per-view, because then no one's, at least for me, I'm not going to watch. Everyone's going to be watching WrestleMania regardless. If you did it on SummerSlam, it'd be like, oh, Roman Reigns got the throne. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't watch it, because I don't see.
Yeah, I'm interested in
That's just me, though.
Yeah, he clearly doesn't have a match for Backlash. I don't think he's going to. I assume he's going to have a match for Saudi Arabia, Night of Champions. It would make sense to have your world champion defending the championship. I also read on Cage Side Seats that somebody did the math, and if Roman Reigns, or that the pay-per-view Night of Champions is on his 1000th day reign. So
probably why they changed it.
So I'm thinking that he'll have some big high profile.
Do you remember all those prestigious Night of Champion pay-per-views?
Yep.
I was like, I can't wait for them to bring this back.
Can't wait for Night of Champions. I was excited for King of the Ring, Queen of the Ring.
Bring back Night of Champions. It's so good.
I went to Night of Champions.
Did you now?
Yep. I was there for the.
Did I go to Night of Champions?
I don't know.
CM Punk, right? On the chair?
CM Punk faced Jeff Hardy, if I recall correctly.
I don't think I was there for that. I was there for Money in the Bank. was definitely for running back. I have the chair to prove it.
Yeah. It was I believe it was Punk and Jeff Hardy, and then the other world title match was, I think it was Cena Edge.
Cena Edge again?
Triple H, or no, maybe it was just Cena Triple H 1-on-1. I'm about to look it up though.
Hey, did you know? Do you ever do that thing where you look at something and go, wait, is that right? Is that not already a thing? Because as of Friday, I found out Sky Blue is All Elite. I'm like,
Elite.
wait, it wasn't a thing already?
Yeah.
Okay. I was like, she's been on TV more than Willow, and somehow Willow beat her to that.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
2009.
They got to make income somehow. Because
All right, here we go.
I feel like they're married, but I'm like, Dante Martin ain't making money right now, so
There's that.
she's got to do something. I don't know if they're still together, but anyway.
Crime Time defeated the Hart Dynasty.
Brooklyn.
Jericho defeated Legacy for the tag team titles.
Legacy was
Cody and Ted DiBiase.
Where's that referee? He tried to fuck on me.
Exactly. Christian defeated Tommy Dreamer for the ECW championship.
Whoa! What? Half those people you just named are on AEW.
Kofi Kingston defeated Carlito, Jack Swagger,
That's not cool.
The Miz, MVP, and Primo in a 6-pack challenge for the United States Championship.
Wait, you named another Jack Swagger. That was another AEW.
Jack
guy.
Swagger. Michelle McCool defeated
this hat.
Melina for the Women's Championship.
Was that the Divas Championship or was that the Women's Championship?
It says Women's.
So I'm guessing, yeah, it's the normal one. Okay.
Although I don't know. It was Randy Orton. Randy Orton defeated John Cena and Triple H in a triple threat match for the WWE Championship.
Is that the spinner belt? I'm guessing so. I'm sure you have pictures.
Yes. Mickey James defeated Maurice for the Divas Championship. Okay, because there was the Divas and the...
God damn it.
Makes sense. Rey Mysterio defeated Dolph Ziggler for the Intercontinental Championship. And in the main event, Jeff Hardy defeated CM Punk for the World Heavyweight Championship.
Both those men are on AEW.
Mm-hmm.
So I love when people are like, oh, CM Punk, fuck him, he's gone. I'm like, but he's not gone. He's still on the goddamn show. He's still in the marketing. He's still shown on the fucking website. When he's gone, I'll be like, okay, he's gone.
Yeah, he's gone. And then the next pay-per-view would have been TLC, where Punk defeated Jeff Hardy.
Yeah.
And then The Undertaker showed up.
Oh my.
I'm pretty sure. Because it was Punk. Punk pretended to be hurt and beat Jeff Hardy, and then Jeff beat him, and then they had a TLC match, and Punk won that, and The Undertaker appeared and attacked Punk at the end of that one. Because that was the one where that was the one that I thought was really cool. The lights out thing, because Punk was standing over Jeff Hardy's body, raising the world championship, and then when the lights went out, when they came back on, Taker was laying underneath Punk, not Jeff Hardy, and he sat up and then reached up and grabbed him. I thought that was cool, cooler than I just appear behind you type thing.
Yeah.
Anyway,
night 1, night 2. What do you think out of 10?
night 1 was better.
What was the number?
I'll give night 1 an 8.
Yes, I'll give night 1 an 8 as well.
I'll give night 2.
Let's see if you picked the same number as I did.
7.
Oh, I was gonna go
6.
way lower.
I guess 6.
I'll give it a 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See these shoes? The shoes of a champion.
You're not wearing any shoes.
See this jacket?
Are you doing a bit?
Shoes of a champion.
Did I say shoes?
Did I say shoes?
Doesn't matter. Yeah. So yeah. MJF still, going strong.
Yeah.
So what are they trying to do? Because Jungle Boy was involved the other week. I think the problem, and it takes away from this Four Pillars thing, is the Jericho Appreciation Society.
A
I
little
can't,
bit. Well, that's kind of why Sammy's been distanced from them a little bit.
which is a shame because him and Danny Garcia was great.
Yeah. Well, so there. I'm
him
wondering.
touching on him and just being.
I'm wondering if like I keep waiting. Like next week is Sammy Guevara gonna have a one-on-one match, and
Absolutely.
we're just gonna repeat the same formula.
We're gonna do that
because we did it with Jungle Boy, then we did it with Darby.
Jungle Boy didn't have a match. He just
Yes, he
kind
did.
of.
Jungle Boy had a match against so 2 weeks ago. He attacked him with the band and all that. Is that what you're talking about? The week before that, Jungle Boy's match opened the show.
Yeah, no, I remember that. I'm saying that. That's what I'm saying.
Matt
you said
Hardy, that's who he's facing.
You said repeat the formula, and I was like, well, he didn't have a match last week. He just had attacked him with the thing.
Right. I meant repeat the formula that one of the four pillars has a match that opens the show, and then MJF comes down and cuts a promo on him when they're done the match.
I get what you're saying.
Because they did it with Jungle Boy, and then they did it with Darby. And so
we have
guess
plenty of time. We
they're
might do Darby Allin attacking MJF next week, and then do Sammy.
Right. For all we know, Darby Allin attacks him next week, and then we do Sammy. That was like when Darby won, and then MJF came out. I was like, oh, okay, we're just gonna formula this where the person's gonna have a match, and then MJF's gonna come out and he's gonna talk the other person. So.
Do you think, as far as marketing, they do a pretty good job of like T-shirts or catchphrases? Because I think about like the Scissor Me stuff, and now just recently, I think it's funny the Anna J fat ass and a bad attitude. It's just
I think they're
because Uzi
okay
was the
at it.
best one WWE came up with, I think, as of late.
Right.
But I think does that play into the fact that AEW is more of an adult brand than
maybe? I mean, I think AEW actually probably does a better job of doing quote unquote catchphrases and getting them onto shirts. The thing is that all the stuff that AEW does is not all of it. A lot of the stuff AEW does is really short term. Like if you go back, and a lot of it's kind of Jericho. Like if you go back, there was like the whole for 5 or 6 weeks he kept calling himself the Demo God because because when he was on the screen he was always winning the most important demographic.
there's the wizard thing.
And they had him on shirts and stuff.
See, that's the thing, too. I think Chris Jericho, when it comes specifically to Chris Jericho, he's like the internet, where he'll have memes here and there, and he'll use that up until it's dry, and then... But, like, when you think about, like... I'm saying, like, Scissor Me Daddy Ass, or I'm better than you and you know it. I'm trying to think of other stuff, but stuff like that where...
Well, a lot of that's gone from... I mean, yeah, WWE did Uzi, but, like, other than that, what's WWE done recently?
That's what I mean. Like, I'm trying to think of stuff that, think of stuff that like really kind of because it's like really on the marketing of it gets stuck in your head, and you go, yeah, that's a fun thing to, and even that with that, it's like for example, like if you would have found someone out in public wearing a Uzi shirt, you'd go, oh, you like so and so as well. Oh yeah. If I was wearing a Scissor Me Daddy Ass thing, someone would come up and do this and do the scissors thing, and I'm like, that's more of a community feeling, I think. And I'm not trying to bash WWE. I'm just saying, like, I realize that, like, these things that I think about and go, it's a lot of stuff where they do a good job integrating feeling like you are part of a community and are part of, like, a thing where everyone gets it who watches.
Yeah, I don't think WWE does that a lot. And I think AEW does do it a lot, but they do it in like how you were saying, most of their stuff is very like meme driven, very quick hit. it's like hot for it's like on a shirt and like people will know it and it's whatever for like 6 weeks and then it's done.
Yeah.
I don't really feel like WWE even does that. I feel like WWE is more about catchphrase, or WWE is more about nicknames, and WWE is more about marketing the shirt itself. Like Roman Reigns had that like really cool God mode shirt or whatever, but like he never said that in his promos.
They don't have a shirt that says "Sucker and Succotash."
Yeah,
They should have did that.
they should have.
Like
They definitely would not have gotten copywritten at all.
Oh shit! You're so smart. I didn't think about that. Is that really? Do you think they would get like copyrighted for? Oh, I mean AW. I just thought about AW is owned by WB, and they would definitely probably be like, "Yeah, we own that cat, so you can't say that."
Yeah.
Not AW specifically, but I thought it was ironic the fact that the thing that he would said is owned by the other company.
Yeah. I guess I mean it probably depends on how they use it.
I just think it'd be interesting to do a shirt like that. To just take advantage of silly things.
Silly things.
Like take more advantage of the Ezekiel and Elias thing. They could have did like shirts with that. I don't know if they did, but
I don't think they did. I know that they did. If I recall correctly, I think they did decent sales on Elias shirts when he was before the Ezekiel stuff, when he was doing the walk with Elias and everybody was saying it. I think they did fairly decent shirt sales with Walk with Elias.
what I don't get is, and I'm just thinking about this now because I'm going through all of it. They have a new one for Becky that's the man of the masses. I don't remember ever saying that. It's like when you said, but the
Well,
God
that's what I'm
mode.
saying. They just
Yeah.
they just like, oh, this is cool on a shirt, and they just
Did the
just
Usos
put
ever
it on a
say
shirt.
day one-ish?
um
No,
Their
because it
theme
doesn't
song
make any
does.
sense.
their theme song
Oh,
says
okay.
their theme song says down since day one ish,
Okay, I get it.
if I recall correctly.
See, now that makes more sense. They're trying to say shit.
Yeah.
I didn't understand that. I thought it was literally like they were like, "We're day one-ish." I literally did not know it was like, "Oh, day one-ish."
Yeah.
I'm fucking stupid. Anyway, how do you feel about everything? What's gotten you excited? Adam Cole.
Bebe.
I was watching him yesterday play.
I was excited for his return. I'm interested for this Jericho feud to go somewhere. It's kind of just like, whatever.
the duality of him. Yesterday, I watched him play Resident Evil 4 on Twitch, and the duality of him as a streamer compared to him as a wrestler is so weird.
Mhm.
I'm like, wait a minute, this guy was on. I watched this guy on TV the other day. It's really weird to be like, he's a very different person. Like the real him is so different from the wrestling him. It's just very weird. I'm
Yeah.
like, right, that's a different person. It's weird. Does a very good job with that, though.
Yeah. No,
Where do you think they're going with
Beast.
the women's?
the women's
Yeah,
in WWE or AEW.
AEW. I'm always wondering what they're doing with the women's in WWE, but
I don't
like
know.
the inclusion of Rio, I'm like,
I'm not a big Rio fan.
Does it count? Does it count though?
Does it count though? I'm not a big Rio fan.
Neither am I. Like I get it, but I don't really like watching her.
I just don't
Oh,
find myself that
there was
interested in.
I have
her.
a story actually, and it's wrestling related. There's a coworker that I work at the building I work at. There's a guy who was an AEW fan, and I said, oh well, who's your favorite wrestler? Now me thinking I was gonna hear Darby Allin or Moxley or Orange Cassidy, CM Punk, anybody really, Adam Cole, MJF. I said, who's your favorite wrestler? And he said, Sky Blue. And I was taken aback because you have to realize this is I want to say in his 40s,
Mm-hmm.
barely any hair, very weird looking kind of guy that you'd think would smell. And I was taken aback. Like I literally I stopped myself. Like say you said it, I was like, what about male? Like I literally, like I wonder if he saw it, if he had enough to know the social cue that I just was like, well, that's creepy. What about a male wrestler? And he's like, and he couldn't think of one. I'm like, this is getting worse. This is getting a lot worse there, fella. I was like, Orange, MJF, someone, please name somebody, because you just sound like someone who just watches for the female body. Please tell me you at least take some kind of enjoyment out of some kind of wrestling that isn't just Sky Blue. It was very creepy.
Interesting.
Yeah. I said, and the worst part was, and I'm going to come back to it, that Sky Blue at this point wasn't All Elite yet. So does it count? Does it count, though? Does it count?
Wait. Yes, because you said who's your favorite wrestler, not who's your favorite AEW
I said, who's
wrestler.
your favorite? No, I said, who's your favorite AEW wrestler?
Ah.
And he said, because he doesn't watch WWE. He says, I don't watch it. It's just boring. I said, oh, okay.
Okay.
I was like, well, who's your favorite wrestler? Like, Orange Cassidy, someone cool. Sky Blue. Okay.
Sky Blue.
Someone who's barely on TV.
She's been on TV pretty consistently recently.
Yeah, okay, I'll give you that.
Because
Sorry.
of the Outcasts.
Kibbles came to aid. Once you white knight her some more, you simp.
It's true.
What's true? Are you implying you are a simp for Sky Blue?
Maybe.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, dude, what do we do? We've been gone for so long. What else do we talk about? I mean, fucking Gomez Adams is in charge of WWE now.
They're merging with UFC.
Yeah. Do you think anything's gonna legitimately change?
Probably not.
No one's gonna wear wrestling trunks with like Jimmy John's on them, or
Oh,
Target?
maybe. What am I? Yeah, maybe. I think we're
there'll
gonna
be
see
even more advertisements.
Yeah, I think we're gonna see more advertisements in, for matches, like how we had for,
WrestleMania.
WrestleMania, where it was like, this match is brought to you by blah blah blah.
Intuit TurboTax. What's the third one? We had the Pope's Exorcist,
Pope's
Cinnamon
Exorcist,
Toast Crunch,
Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Intuit TurboTax, and something else.
I don't know. I just want to know if they'll be able to get their own matches. Like Mountain Dew has the Pitch Black match.
Yeah.
I had such high hopes for that.
The Orange Cassidy one where they had to do the vat of orange juice. What was...
Him and Jericho?
Yeah, was that like
That
brought
was
to you
mimosas?
by Tropicana?
I don't think so. The Mimosa Mayhem match, you mean?
Yeah. Mimosa Mayhem.
Mimosa.
I don't think they did actual alcohol.
Blame it on that alcohol.
I feel like that'd be too expensive. It's just fill it with orange juice. It'd be fine.
Yeah, just pretend.
This match is brought to you by Tropicana.
As a side note, Sabrina's favorite match.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
You need to show her some more matches then.
No.
It's probably a good match. I didn't even see it. I just
No.
the gimmick of it all.
She loves the gimmick of it. She loves Orange Cassidy. She loves that he punched Chris Jericho into orange juice.
Mhm.
She just loved the ridiculousness of it.
Yeah. We didn't even talk about my... I'm sorry. I'm having a hard time today. Allergies. It's been a mess since spring started. My tonsils are fucking huge, and I just cough a lot. That or I'm dying. I mean,
Size of grapefruits.
not grapefruits, just size of meatballs, which we didn't talk about on the podcast, but we talked about a couple minutes ago.
We did, yeah.
Yeah. Because Toxin has
Spaghetti
for tentacles.
for tentacles.
Would you think your favorite food? I'd do pizza. Pizza would be those little things. If it would be something on my back, it'd be pizza.
I agree.
Mm-hmm. So, hey, to each his own. He likes spaghetti and meatballs. It's fine. So, yeah. WrestleMania happened. I went to Virginia. We did a bunch of stuff. We met the Acclaimed we never talked about.
That's true. We did meet
I
the
love-
Acclaimed.
I love how we didn't even mention that.
Not that I forgot it happened, but
They're exactly...
we've bounced around subjects.
Yeah, we're all over the place. And I knew that would happen because I was like, I texted you. I said, think of stuff because I feel like we're going to be all over the place.
Yeah.
I love how they're exactly how I expected them to be. Max Caster is just a hetero pervert, and then Anthony Bowens is just very, very soft spoken and just like, yep, he's my tag team partner, and I got to deal
Yeah.
with him.
He's unapologetically Max.
Yeah, just making jokes the whole time. just being super inappropriate. Even not even with you. He said something with because the marker choice was pink or pink or black. And then
Pink, and he said the way I like my women.
Yeah.
And Bowens was like, "What?
Yeah.
It doesn't even make
like,
sense."
He's like, I thought you meant like the way you like your women. He's like, nope. So I can't say that I know what that's like. He's like, one day. I was like, one day you'll get there.
One day you'll get there.
So yeah, it's and then he said something else dirty when we were chopping around, but he's just, exactly how I expected him to just take. And you could tell with the raps where it's like you just take it a little too far sometimes.
Yeah.
So great dudes, fun guys. And we had one of the what I want to say is the sketchiest but delicious cheesesteak I've ever had.
That was a weird spot.
Yeah, it was almost like they were in construction.
Mm-hmm.
The building was still in construction, and they still served us food.
Yeah.
Where you're looking around, and go, is this place up to code, or are we gonna?
Yeah.
Is someone gonna give me my sandwich eventually? And they're like, oh
But
yeah,
it was really good.
It'll be right. Yeah, they were really good. The bread really kind of.
Mm-hmm.
The bread was really good. Where it's just like, wow, it's just so soft and big, and you get so much for it. And it's like, it's a lot of fucking food.
Yeah.
But anyway,
It's good shit.
yeah. Do I was gonna say we're gonna shout out the place, but I was like, yeah, that's fine.
Isn't it Fat Daddy's?
Fat Daddy's, yeah. And it looked like a pop-up shop because it had two places, like Mama's mac and cheese something.
Yeah.
And they're serving both, and I'm like, just make it like Mama and Papa's food or something.
Yeah.
But it's really greasy.
Maybe Fat Daddy and Mama.
Yeah, fat Daddy and Fat Mama or something. I don't know. Fat Mamas and the Papas.
You should leave the Mama regular. Just Fat Daddy and Mamas. Or Mama and Fat Daddies.
Yeah, actually, Mama and Fat Daddies is good. Anyway, that's
then
where
you're like, this is good food because the Mama's cooking it and the Daddy's fat, so you know he's eating it. You know it's good.
I did. I pulled a you last episode. I farted because you made me laugh so hard. I'm sorry. Anyway, like I was saying.
He was saying.
That place was good. The Acclaim were cool. We're going to meet Malachi Black next time.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Next
Like
time
3
on
weeks,
Dragon
I
Ball
think.
Z.
I think it's 3 weeks.
But we don't have anything going on, right? Nothing's coming up as far as wrestling. We have...
Nope. Double or Nothing's not till the end of May. Backlash isn't till the beginning of May.
Oh, shit.
And that's...
We're halfway into April, though. So, I mean, it's not that far from Backlash.
Yeah, true.
Did you think... I like the... I don't know if you saw it, but I like the dynamic for the Judgment Day and Bad Bunny. Because you think about... Oh, Bad Bunny's match at WrestleMania was with Damian Priest.
Mm-hmm.
And he almost was conflicted and was like, I don't want to have to do this, but he just punched Damian, so I'm going to pull him over the fucking guardrail. And he was just like... Then Dominic started with him again.
Yeah.
And he fucking punched him again. And then Damian was like, God damn it, I got to do something about you now.
Yeah.
He's like, please don't hit Dominic, and then I got to hit you. But it was like very much like I like that dynamic of like, yeah, didn't forget that we had a match together.
Yeah, it's nice that they went with that like dynamic and storytelling as opposed to just like, oh, he's a heel now, so he doesn't care. And
yeah, because Damian was like
the like normal the normal WWE thing.
Yeah.
So
I like the Judgment Day though. They're fun. They're fun in a weird way though.
Finn Balor. He does that.
How about that match?
The Hell in a Cell?
Yeah. Ended up getting what, 6?
Yeah, that was pretty crazy.
6 stitches? I think they said.
Yeah.
I want to say either 6 or 16, but 16 seems like too much.
That shit was crazy.
He's
And
bleeding
Don, they
mid-match.
showed that like 2-second clip of Don Callis after oh, did you not see that on Wednesday? Dude, they showed a 2-second clip of Don Callis. Remember when BCC attacked Hangman backstage and then hit him and he was like busted open because he fell back on like a light rig or something? So they must have filmed it. They showed him getting like looked at by the doctors or whatever. Dude, he had a gash like from here to here, and the doctors like pried it open a little bit. Dude, it was fucking nasty looking.
Oh my god.
It was
I didn't
crazy.
see that.
It was fucking crazy.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. It was
My
like fucking
goodness.
legit, man.
My goodness. So please don't look it up. I don't want to
Why
see
not?
it.
You don't?
I don't want to see
Okay.
it. It would disgust me.
All right.
It's like the Damien or the Dante Martin thing. I'm like, I'll believe you. I don't want to see it. And then I
I'll
saw
believe
it and
you.
I was like, God damn it. Now I'm going to just think of that the whole time.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway.
Yeah, I think that's everything.
Yeah. I feel like there's just nothing. I think like the hype for everything kind of came and went for us because WrestleMania passed and then like all the different stuff happened and we saw the Acclaimed last week and now we're like, yeah.
Yeah, we're in the lull. We got to build it back up. WrestleMania's over, so we got to build to the next thing, and we're slowly making our way toward Double or Nothing. So
We didn't make our predictions for WrestleMania either.
we didn't. No, you're right.
We got too caught up in other stuff. That's fine though.
It's true.
It happens.
It also makes it difficult when it's 2 nights, because then like you can't even be like, oh, we'll do it Saturday
I'd have
because
to,
it's on
come over
Sunday.
Friday or some shit.
Yeah.
And be like, hey.
Yeah, it doesn't work.
Yeah.
Doesn't work.
But we're still here, still doing videos, still making stuff for whoever will listen.
Still speaking words.
Still speaking words. Yeah. So I guess that's it.
Yeah,
We'll
that's
talk
it.
to you guys next time.
See you later.
What are they supposed to do?
Do the needful.
Hell yeah. Bye. He hates and I think I texted you that one day where he's like when he fought the Usos and I'm like, can you imagine being a part of Control Your Narrative and complaining about how the Young Bucks do super kicks all the time and then down the road you're in a match with the Usos and get super kicked constantly?
Yeah. Well, the Usos. Yeah, I mean the Usos started doing that after the Young Bucks. I mean, if we're being honest,